Let's talk about the duality of mental health. So I just watched the Kanye West documentary that was released in 2025. I think it's called In Whose Name. In the documentary, it kind of starts out with this interaction with Kanye and North is saying, "Don't go to sleep or you will blow up." And what she's obviously referring to as a young child is that he'll dream and he may die in the dream. And so it really talks about this dream world, right? Keep that in mind. Then as the documentary progresses, you kind of see, I think it starts like in 2018, maybe a little bit before then, but you kind of see Kanye West talk about like all of these big ideas. He's starting his Yeezy brand. He's talking about the documentary, as it's a movie. And as the years go by, you see him kind of progress into more and more delusion. You see things start to unravel with him mentally. You see more outbursts. You see him yelling. You see him obviously go on the crazy rants. And what he becomes ultimately consumed with is his own internal vision of whatever he thinks his life and purpose is designed for. He literally starts to talk about how his life is a movie. He's a character in the movie. Your character's in his movie. He's characters in your movie. And you start to see him lose touch with reality. So back to the duality of mental health is that I often think that is a part of it, right? The things that maybe make us different than other people in society sometimes are our strengths. But again, while that may be true, and specifically for Kanye, who has spoken about how he believes when he's on his bipolar medication, he's not himself, and he's not the only person that feels like that, who struggles with mental health, who doesn't take medication because of this idea of like I'm not me when I'm on it. I think that it's an interesting question, and I don't know that any one person has the right answer. Eventually, of course, everything unravels. He loses his marriage. He has the breakdown. He loses money. He goes on the anti-Semitic rant, and he gets out of all these contracts. Okay, but this video is already getting a little long, and I definitely have more to say, so go ahead and follow for part two. In part two, we'll discuss Kanye's hyperfixation on the proletariat versus the capitalists and how this kind of ultimately integrates into the narrative and through line that he wants the audience to see versus what the documentarian wants the audience to see.